Money in the Bank is taking place in the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, and it is this Saturday. And man, oh man, do we have some exciting things going on. Guys, I'm going to be giving you my predictions in today's video, and I'm going to be giving it to you up front, straightforward. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. I have the match card pulled up in front of me, and we will be diving directly into this. But guys, my name is Billy Davis. If you are new here, definitely be sure to like this video. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because when you guys subscribe, we go to a different stratosphere, and all you people know that we love going to a different stratosphere. It's just what it is. It is just what it is. So without further ado, let me shut up and be quiet, and let's go break down Money in the Bank 2024.
Let's talk wrestling with Billy.
All right, so like I said in the beginning of this video, I have the match card pulled up directly in front of me. And I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys, giving you guys my insight and my predictions going into this upcoming Saturday. So let's start off with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We'll just kick things right off. Now, I have some thoughts about this. Some people may enjoy it, some people may not. We'll figure it out. But we have Jey Uso taking on Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre. That's a pretty stacked list. That is pretty stacked if you ask me. Now, this is 6 men that are going to be taking on one another. Now, let's talk about it. Jey Uso is a favorite, a fan favorite that a lot of people would like to win. In fact, a lot of these people are. A lot of them are a fan favorite. Now, what I want you guys to think about is I want you to think about the things that may happen going into the match. One thing that I think about is LA Knight. Obviously, LA Knight has a feud going on with Logan Paul. Now, Logan Paul does not have a match on Money in the Bank, but you best be sure that he is going to have a match in Cleveland, Ohio at SummerSlam, which is his hometown. So, if you ask me, I believe that we could already rule LA Knight kind of out of this match, strictly off the purpose that him and Logan Paul are going to be heading into SummerSlam and facing one-on-one, maybe in a stipulation match, who knows, for the United States Championship match. So we will remove LA Knight from this. Next, the next person that I think about is Chad Gable. Chad Gable has obviously had some things going on with the White Six, and if you ask me, I don't see a world where we see Chad Gable walk away with the briefcase. I just don't. As much as I want to, and as much as I want to believe that there is a world where Chad Gable could win it, considering all the losses that he's had, especially to Sami Zayn and fighting for the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther, whoever, he has a lot of losses under his belt. But I think this is for us to finally get the Creed brothers joining Chad Gable. Obviously, we've had some stuff with the Alpha Academy that has just kind of been that they're not helping him. So he's eventually going to need some help. Eventually, maybe from the Creed brothers. It'll be amazing to see. It'll be amazing to see. But we can rule Chad Gable out of this. Next, for me, would be Drew McIntyre. Now, obviously, Drew McIntyre has some things going on with CM Punk. And as you guys seen, the thumbnail for this video is there is a certain person directly in the middle. That person being AJ Lee. Now, is it high hoping? Maybe. Maybe it's me highly wishing that AJ Lee would actually be the one to cost Drew McIntyre the Money in the Bank ladder match. And the reason why would be strictly off the fact of Drew's out to hurt Punk's family, and AJ is a part of that family and plays such an important role. So I think it is fair to say it's a high guess, but we can believe that CM Punk, AJ Lee, whoever, somebody from the Punk family is going to be getting involved in some capacity. At least that's how I view it. That's strictly how I view it. So that leaves us with 3 people. That leaves us with Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. Now, next person that I want to rule out is Jey Uso. Guys, if you have not been keeping up with the Bloodline story, there is obviously a bigger plan here at work. And that plan is to originate or go back to the original Bloodline. So that would involve Jey Uso. So therefore, I think a title is out of Jey Uso's picture, at least as a single star. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yes, that is for a different video at a different time. We'll get into it. So that leaves us with two gentlemen, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. Andrade has been snubbed and snubbed and snubbed more times than I believe any of us can truly count. He has been made to look, not saying he's looked terrible or he did look terrible in AEW, but he was never the main focus. Carmelo Hayes is a guy who has had a spontaneous rise. One of the quickest I've ever seen, and he's exciting to watch, and he's fun to watch. Now, if you were going to ask me to pick between the two, my thought process, somebody that you could possibly have win a world title for their first time, both of these guys, besides like the NXT championship. I'm talking about main roster. My pick would be Andrade. Carmelo Hayes, as great as he is, I don't believe is 100% there yet. I understand that you can have him grow with the briefcase, and it kind of makes him be the guy that he is. But sadly, for me, I see Andrade taking this briefcase, allowing a contender over on Monday Night Raw. That is just my thought process, or he might be on SmackDown. I can't remember off the top of my head. But either way, he's a great contender. Both of them, truthfully, are great contenders, and both would work in any capacity. But my guess is just it may be Andrade due to almost of a veteran status. So next we have Io Sky versus Chelsea Green versus Lyra Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Zoe Stark. And this is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, if you guys do not know, this match actually, for women, has always been 100% successful. No women has failed their cash-in. So that's just a fun little fact there. So, guys, obviously we know that Io Sky had a great run as the women's WWE champion. And I believe that we could kind of rule Io Sky out of this. The next person that I would rule out is Naomi. The reason why I would rule Naomi out would be the fact that I believe there's a deeper story running with her and Bayley. I believe that friendship is a little too deep. So Naomi is eventually going to get that title shot and maybe even win it, truth be told. But I believe that that's your story to tell with Bayley in the long term. Next person that I would rule out would be Zoe Stark. I believe Zoe Stark, as great as she is, she's just kind of been dry. And I think that's fair to say. She hasn't necessarily lived up to the hype that we remember from NXT. And she's great, by the way. This is just all on booking. And me and Ango have talked about it, but it's almost like, you put somebody in and they're almost like a filler. You want them to be great, but they just might not be able to be as great as you want them to be. That's just my thought process on Zoe Stark. So that leaves us with Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, and Tiffany Stratton. The next person that I am going to rule out, and this one hurts, is Lyra Valkyria. The reason why I say that is I believe that they want Lyra Valkyria to just have a good showing. And that's all that matters right now to Lyra Valkyria. She's going to play an important role as time goes on. I don't think Lyra Valkyria needs the championship, or needs the briefcase, because I do believe that she'll be fighting for the championship here soon, actually. So that leaves us with two. Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton. If I were to put my money where my mouth is, I'd love to see Chelsea Green with it because it would just be so annoying and cringy and everything like that. My thought process, you give it to Tiffany Stratton. I don't think there is a better person fit for Money in the Bank like Tiffany Stratton. You can almost make the same argument for Tiffany Stratton the way that you can for Carmelo Hayes. Both of them would do fine with the briefcase, and they would succeed well with it. Problem is both are just a little new, stuff like that, but I can definitely see Tiffany Stratton, especially because the fans have easily attached to her. I think that's the thing, is the fans attach to her very, very simply. So I believe Tiffany Stratton takes the cake for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So next we have Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins, and this is for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's tough to predict this. It really is. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Because the true fact behind this is both guys could work winning. As much as I want to see Damian Priest continue on with the belt, I sadly do believe that he is just not good enough to beat Seth Rollins yet. I just don't think so. But also in that same breath, you have to ask yourself, oh man, are we about to go into SummerSlam with Seth Rollins as the World Heavyweight Champion and let him go face Gunther? The answer to that is yeah. Because you want a good feud, and I mean a great feud, good guy versus bad guy, Seth Rollins and Gunther. That's how you do it. That's how you get it done. Damian Priest is obviously going to be upset, but realistically, they made a gentleman's agreement. He has to leave the Judgment Day. It is what it is. That sets up him and Finn Balor for their feud that will obviously be amazing when that happens. Next, we have Sami Zayn taking on Braun Breaker. If you want me to be honest, I'll be straight up with you guys. We don't have to have super long title runs. Eventually, somebody's going to have to win it. And Sami is the person in my eyes for that. You can have Sami drop the belt now. You can give it to Braun Breaker. Let Braun Breaker be amazing because we all know that that's what he's going to be. So go ahead and give Braun Breaker his Intercontinental Championship. Let him go on a good run with it. Eventually, he'll be fighting Gunther, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, whoever in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now we have what could potentially be the main event. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens taking on the new Bloodline. If you want to make, if you want to make the new Bloodline look strong, you let them win here. You make them seem like a legitimate threat. Do you guys remember a couple years when John Cena came back after Roman Reigns has won? Imagine Solo Sikoa. Same shot. I mean, down to the T. Same shot. Throwing the ones up. Camera pointing this way or this way. Whatever. And all you hear is Roman's music just hit. Now, this is wishful thinking because I do believe that he comes back at SummerSlam. That's where I believe Roman will show up. But I do believe that the Bloodline takes this match just to make their faction seem stronger, look stronger, and be more of a threat going into the later months, of 2024. So, guys, that is my prediction for Money in the Bank 2024. I do believe that we have a great card coming up. It's going to be exciting. It's nice to see wrestling thrive in the summertime, considering the fact that for the last many years, we've been conditioned to just kind of die away from wrestling after WrestleMania. So this has been it's been it's felt very good to be this excited for pro wrestling in the later months of 2024, in the summer months, that is. But let me know your guys' predictions down below because I am interested. We could talk about it down in the comments section below. It should be an amazing show. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Drew McIntyre and CM Punk's feud build more, if you want me to be 100% honest. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for you. If you're new here, definitely be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry if I look a little groggy. It's because I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Guys, I have TikTok, Discord, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. You can become a member, all down below. I appreciate your guys' love and support. As always, I'll be talking to you guys later. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Peace.